Dear students, we almost finished theoretical part. Conceptually, we discuss whole lesson, and now remaining illustration and exercise will solve it. See here, some problems are given, but we can think in different way also. So again, I repeatedly say you have to think over the problem. Then and then you will have more depth in the subject. Don't consider each problem is one. If we change some variable, then what is the effect of it? That also you have to think. Okay, so we start with illustration 4.10. I already drawn the figure to save the time. The horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field at certain place is 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla. So this is the magnetic field of the Earth. So BE is equal to 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 Tesla. And the direction of the field is from geographic south to the geographic north. So here we have south and here we have north. This whole picture is in horizontal plane. This is in horizontal plane. Y-axis is toward the sky. Y is toward the sky, X is toward the east, and Y is toward the north. So this is your Y. Oh, sorry, minus Z. And south is minus Z. Okay. A very long straight conductor is carrying a steady current 1 ampere. So current is 1 ampere. What is the force per unit length on it when it is placed on the horizontal table and the direction of the current? You have two directions, east to west. So this is current conductor is very long. Current direction is from east to west, and in second case south to north. So these are the two conductors, blue one and green one. So when current is flowing, there is a magnetic field. We can determine using right hand thumb rule. So it looks like this. It's going up. You have to hold the conductor in right hand. So down and then here back. Okay. This is the magnetic field of this conductor, and for this also you can find the direction. પણ એની આપણે અત્યારે જરૂર નથી, આ તો તમને માત્ર શો કરવા માટે. So this is the current direction and this is the magnetic field. So what is the angle between them? તો 90 degree. So in case 1, angle between B and IDL is 90 degree. Case 1 માં આવું થશે. So force on conductor F is equal to ILB sin theta. This is the formula IL cross B. So here I is 1. We want to find force per length. So I take F upon L into B. B is 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 and sin 90. So you get 3 into 10 raised to minus 5 Newton per meter. So this is the first answer, force per unit length. So suppose you have given length, then you can multiply with the length, you will get the total force. Okay, so this is for case 1. Now in case 2, conductor is toward the north side, so angle is 0. So here theta is equal to 0 degree, and so force is also 0 according to this formula. So no force is acting on this green wire, and this much force acting per unit length on blue wire. Okay. Next one. 4.11. 100-ton closely wound circular coil of radius 10 cm carries a current of 3.2 ampere. So number of tons is equal to 100. Current I is equal to 3.2 ampere. Radius is 10 centimeter is equal to 0.1 meter. Then what is the field at the center of the coil and what is the magnetic moment of this coil? So first I say A. So magnetic field at the center of a coil B equal to mu 0 N I upon 2R. Remember this formula. On the axis we have formula mu 0 N I R square upon 2 R square plus X square whole raised to 3 by 2. Put X equal to 0, we get this formula. So we substitute all this value in this formula. Mu 0, we know 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7, multiply by the number of tons 100, current is 3.2, and it is divided by 2 into radius is 0.1. So use your calculator and calculate. So this comes out to be 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 Tesla. Okay. So this is the magnetic field at the center. This is the first answer. Oh, in hurry I forgot to explain this figure, sorry, go back. Yes, I give enough time. So this is plane, this is east to west, south to north, and these are the two wires. This shows the magnetic field. આમ તો તમે પોઝ કરી શકો. Okay. Second one means magnetic moment. So magnetic moment of the coil M is equal to NIA. So this is our formula. So N is given, I is given, but area is not given. So I write the formula of area pi r square. So now we substitute all this physical quantity 100 into 3.2 into 3.14 into zero point 1 square. So you do calculation with your calculator. तो जरूर न हो तो कैल्शियम नहीं वापरવાનું. થોડી તમને રફલી આઈડિયા હોય, if you multiply comes around 10, so 10 into 100, so 1000 and 0.1 square 0.01, so this almost comes around 10 and unit is ampere meter square. So this is the magnetic moment of the coil. That is the second one. Now you have given the coil is placed in vertical plane and is free to rotate about a horizontal axis which coincide with its diameter. So just I try to draw this figure. So this is, I take your vertical plane, okay, and here is your axis, sorry, here is your coil in vertical plane, and this is the horizontal axis about it is can rotate like this, and this is the axis of the coil. This is the axis of the coil. Okay, now what is your question? A uniform magnetic field of 2 Tesla, so I write B is equal to 2 Tesla in horizontal direction exists such that initially the axis of the coil is in the direction of the field. So this is also direction of magnetic field. Okay, along this, I don't know, maybe with this direction. Okay, so what is the torque? So torque on the coil, torque is equal to, we know that M B sine theta. If BM is not calculated here, then N I A B sine theta. So we put it value 10 into B is 2 Tesla and sine, what is the angle between these two? So this is the coil and this is the B, and theta between area vector, magnetic moment, or and B, and that is 0. So sine 0. So force torque is not acting at all in first case. In first case, torque is not acting. Okay, initially. And finally, torque is equal to 10 into 2 into sine 90, because it gets rotation of the 90 degree. So this is 1, so 20 joule, or you can write Newton meter. So this is the final torque acting on the coil. Okay, so this is your second one. Now, what is the angular speed acquired by the coil when it has rotated by 90 degree? The moment of inertia of the coil is 0.1 kilogram meter square. So you have given moment of inertia. So I differentiate these two things. This is current and this is moment of inertia. So I write Im is equal to 0.1 kilogram meter square. So whenever we have similar symbols, we must be very much careful. Okay, so we want to find out when it rotates, what is the angular speed. Why we get the angular speed? That because of work is done by the torque. તો અહીંયા હું તમને સ્પષ્ટતા કીધું, ઝીરો ટોર્ક લાગતો હોય તો કોઇલ કોઈ દિવસ ફરવાની નથી. કોઇલ કેન go from this position to this position. તો અહીંયા મને થોડું ખામી લાગે છે કે zero torque લાગેવાનું હોય તો you have to rotate. You have to apply the torque to rotate it. અને પોતાની મેળે જાય તો ક્યાંથી ક્યાં જશે, પહેલા ટોર્ક આટલું લાગશે અને પછી આ રીતે ગોઠવાય. સો ધીસ મસ્ટ બી ઇનિશિયલ પોઝિશન, ધીસ મસ્ટ બી ફાઇનલ પોઝિશન મારા હિસાબથી. પણ ઇવન ધો ઇન ધ ટેક્સ સમથિંગ ઇઝ ધેર, તો એ ક્લિયરિટી કરાવી દઉં છું. ઓકે, સો બીકોઝ ઓફ ધીસ ટોર્ક વર્ક ઇઝ ડન. સો I can use some different approach also to calculate the final angular speed. So we know that we have work is equal to change in kinetic energy, and this is nothing but half I omega square. Initial kinetic energy 0, final kinetic energy is half I omega square. Okay, this is the change in kinetic energy. And what is the work done? So that is the change in potential energy. So just I describe here. Actually it is not described in the text in this chapter. In next chapter it is explained. So potential energy we know for electric dipole is minus P dot E. Similarly, potential energy for the magnetic dipole minus M dot E. Okay, so U1 you can say that theta is equal to 0, so minus MB, and U2 is equal to 0. So change in potential energy is MB. So U2 minus U1 is equal to 0 minus MB. So this is the change in potential energy. So this change in actually it increase. So potential energy increase એટલે kinetic energy decrease થાય ખરેખર. બરાબર? એટલે ખરેખર potential energy નું conversion કેમાં થતું હોય? kinetic energy માં. And this potential energy શા માટે change થયો તો કે work થવાથી. So this MB is change in potential energy. અત્યારે તો હું લઈ લઉં છું. So this is nothing but work done. So MB is equal to half I omega square. So we can write omega is equal to 2MB upon I. સમજમાં મેં કીધું પોટેન્શિયલ એનર્જી વધે છે તો કાઇનેટિક એનર્જી ડિક્રીઝ થાય એટલે ફાઇનલ કાઇનેટિક 0 થઈ જાય. જો આ સાચું હોય તો હકીકતે ઉલટું હોય કે પહેલા પોટેન્શિયલ એનર્જી કેટલી હતી 0 અને ફાઇનલ કેટલી થઈ ગઈ -MB. સો ચેન્જ ઇન પોટેન્શિયલ એનર્જી -MB એટલે પોટેન્શિયલ એનર્જી ડિક્રીઝ થઈ એટલી કાઇનેટિક એનર્જી ઇન્ક્રીઝ થઈ એવું કહેવાય. તો ફાઇનલ તમારી પાસે એંગ્યુલર સ્પીડ હશે. આ કેસમાં એંગ્યુલર સ્પીડ ફાઇનલ ના હોય. એનીવે, but we solve according to the text. So if you put this value, 2m is we already calculated 10, b is 2 Tesla, yes, 2 na. And divided by current is this is moment of inertia. This is moment of inertia, it is not current. So moment of inertia કેટલા આપેલા છે? Moment of inertia is કંઈક લખ્યું છે ને આપણે 0.1. So 0.1 and then so you will get it 20 second inverse. So this is the final angular speed. So kinetic energy is maximum. So this is the omega. Then next one, few questions actually, there is no calculation. A current carrying conductor circular loop lies on a smooth horizontal plane. Can a uniform magnetic field be set up in such a manner that the loop turns around itself, turn about the vertical axis? So this is suppose coil. Okay, it is placed on the horizontal table, and this is your A, or you can say M. So now If you want to rotate this, then torque must be produced parallel to this vertical axis. So it is not possible to get the torque parallel to the vertical axis because A is in the direction A itself in vertical direction. તો આવું પોસિબલ બને નહીં. સો આન્સર ઇઝ નો. સમજમાં આવ્યું? આને ફેરવવાની વાત કરે છે તો એ અહીંયા છે તો ફેરવી શકાય નહીં. A current carrying circular loop is located in a uniform external magnetic field. If the loop is free to turn, what is the orientation of stable equilibrium? So when torque equal to 0, it is said stable equilibrium. Torque is 0 means theta equal to 0. Okay, so theta કેટલું હશે? 0 because sin theta. Okay, at that time flux, the flux is equal to A dot B. So AB cos theta. So theta is 0, so flux is maximum. Okay, so theta flux is maximum. So whenever we have maximum stable equilibrium, torque is 0 means theta is 0 means flux is maximum. So flux is maximum means it is stable equilibrium. So this is for B. And a loop of irregular shape carrying current is located in an external magnetic field. If the wire is flexible, why does it change to a circular shape? It is already given, it becomes circular. So suppose this irregular shape you have conductor and we give magnetic field. So because of the magnetic field, we can answer from second question itself. So stable equilibrium means flux is maximum. Flux maximum ક્યારે થાય? જો A maximum હોય તો. અને જો A maximum કરવું હોય, then the shape must be changed to circular because circle has maximum area. આપેલી પેરીમીટર માટે કયો શેપનો એરિયા વધુ હોય? તો કે સર્કલનો. યાદ રાખજો આવી. આપેલા તમારી પાસે કોઈ L લેન્થનો વાયર છે, આમાંથી અલગ અલગ શેપ બનાવવાના છે. તો આમાંથી હું સર્કલ બનાવીશ, then area will be maximum. If I make square, I make rectangular, I make irregular shape and circle. So for a given length, this has maximum area. Maximum area means maximum flux, and maximum flux is related with the stable equilibrium. એટલે એવું થઈ જશે, સ્ટેબલ ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ એ બાજુ જાય. કોઈ બી સિસ્ટમ મૂવ્સ ટુવર્ડ ધ સ્ટેબલ ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ. હું તમને ઘણી વાર કહું છું ને કે આપણે ટાઈટ બેસવામાં કેમ તકલીફ પડે છે? એટલા માટે કે આપણું બોડી સ્ટેબલ ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ નીચે થાય એટલે નમતા જઈએ. સો ઇટ ગોઝ ટુ ધ સ્ટેબલ ઇક્વિલિબ્રિયમ. ટાઈટ થઈએ તો પોટેન્શિયલ એનર્જી વધી જાય તો આપણે હંમેશા પોટેન્શિયલ ડિક્રીઝ કરવા તરફ જઈએ એટલે આપણે નમીએ. તમે તે નમેલા જશો કદાચ, બધા નહીં પણ બહુ ઓછા ટાઈટ બેઠા હશે. ઓકે, સો that is the one thing. And you can explain second way also. When we put this conductor in magnetic field, the force is acting always perpendicular to each part. તો દરેક પાર્ટને perpendicular બની જાય તો એ સર્કલ બની જશે. So now દરેક ભાગ છે બહારથી ખેંચાય તો it becomes circular. સમજમાં આવ્યું? આમ બી આપણે એક્સપ્લેન કરી શકીએ. દરેક ભાગને તમે ખેંચો તો શું બની જાય? સર્કલ બની જાય. So in that sense also you can explain it. Okay. So we left this illustration in last lecture. We finished first this. In this circuit, what is the value of the current? If ammeter shown is a galvanometer with resistance 60 ohm. Is a galvanometer described in A but converted to an ammeter by a shunt of resistance 0.02 ohm. And third case is an ideal ammeter with zero resistance. So we have three cases. We have to find the current. We know that current is equal to applied voltage upon total resistance of the circuit. So in case A, R equal to Rg, that is resistance of the galvanometer, plus that connected resistance 3 ohm. So total becomes 60 plus 3 is equal to 63 ohm. So we have current I is equal to what? Simple, applied voltage 3 divided by 63. So that comes out to be 1 upon 21. So it will be less than 0.05. You can use calculator. 0.048 ampere. This is the case 1. In second case, what is mentioned is a galvanometer described in A but converted to ammeter by shunt of value this one. So now you say this is 3 ohm and now this is your ammeter. So I can write like draw like this. This is your galvanometer and connected with the shunt. This is Rg. Okay. So this part I had drawn here. So what is the resultant our resistance? So total resistance of the circuit, I say R is equal to what? Okay, Rg, sorry, R, that it is given 3 ohm plus this both are connected. This R is 3 and what is this resultant? So Rg Rs upon Rg plus Rs. Rg Rs upon Rg plus Rs. So you put this value. So this is 3. This Rs is small. You can neglect this. So Rg cancel. So you get Rs. So 3 plus 0.02. So it becomes 3.02 ohm. So electric current again. Electric current I is equal to V upon R. So now V is 3 and this is 3.02. It comes out to be 0.99 ampere. So this is for second case, means B. And C, emitter is ideal, so zero resistance. So circuit resistance કેટલો થઈ જશે? So total resistance is nothing but 3 ohm. Is equal to 3 ohm. And so I is equal to V upon R again. So 3 upon 3 is equal to 1 ampere. So if ideal, then 1 ampere. If shunt, then 0.99. And if you don't use the shunt, then it's very less, 0.048. So as we discussed in the theory, shunt is must to get the correct value of electric current. So this is the last problem.